Say you don't believe in the QAnon conspiracies anymore?
Oh, I went over that a long time ago. I mean,
So you've changed?
Well, no, I haven't changed. I was a victim just like you were.
If you pay attention at all to politics, I was going to say you for sure have seen, but maybe not. But if you do pay attention to politics, I would assume you do because you're here, you've probably noticed Marjorie Taylor Greene undergoing a very bizarre rebrand. It's really a bull in a china shop. It's just a sledgehammer on a Fabergé egg type of an operation here, where she's just flipped the script. Now she's concerned about her constituency. Now she cares about health care. Now she's worried about the welfare of the American people. And I don't mean welfare like the entitlement program. I mean the general health and welfare of Americans. She's making the rounds. She's going on The View. She's changed the way she dresses. Her arms are down at her side. She's speaking more softly and more reasonably. She's not going off unhinged. It's something to see. And now we know. Now we have a glimpse into why, and we'll get to that. But first, I want to play two clips for you. One is her on the View. And by the way, it's a struggle for her to maintain the patina of normalcy. It's very difficult because she, after all, is batshit crazy. After all, she is an unhinged maniac who is mired with a moron brain that is accustomed to believing every flight of fancy conspiracy theory that comes her way. Because she can't process the goings on in our complicated world like a normal person. She must create or get swept away by wild lies and conspiracies. It makes her feel like she's more in control because she's got the secret knowledge that the rest of us don't have. That would be my guess. I got a clip coming up of something that I put together in 2021 of all of her insane things that she believes coming from her mouth. But before I do, here's the first clip of the View of her attempt at the rebrand, where she's, I'm calling Mike Johnson all the time. I'm telling him they're wrong. We need to be doing this. We need to be getting health care. It's not right to be cutting. A totally different song from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Watch this.
Practically, I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call. By the way, I'm missing the call today. It's going on right now. And I hope that Mike Johnson is finally giving a single health care policy because the country deserves it, and it shouldn't be a secret. And I shouldn't have to go into a skiff to go find our Republican health insurance plan.
Maybe
Honestly,
there is no plan.
You know what? You want to know something? That, I believe, is the truth. There's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of bills, but there's no consensus. And I think that's a failure. I do.
Well, yeah, that would be reasonable if I believed it. It would be wonderful if I believed that Marjorie Taylor Greene had turned over a new leaf, was attacking her job with a ferocity and intensity and respect for the position that we would hope. But I don't believe that to be the case because the mask slips just about every time she's pressed. And Sunny Hostin, one of the hosts of The View, was asking about Marjorie Taylor Greene's past as a QAnon adherent, as a believer in the wild conspiracy theories about adrenochrome and Satan-worshiping Democrats literally eating and drinking the blood of babies and just insane stuff that she believed. And she says in this, in an attempt to try to distance herself from her previous beliefs, that she hasn't changed at all, even though clearly she wants us to believe that she has changed.
Say you don't believe in the QAnon conspiracies anymore?
Oh, I went over that a long time ago. I mean,
So you've changed?
Well, no, I haven't changed. I was a victim just like you were of media lies and stuff you read on social media. You all have attacked me many times on this show. Because of things that you read about me. That weren't true.
Or clips we've seen.
Or clips you've seen
the Jewish space
took me out of
lasers.
context.
What was that about?
No, but
wait, hold
not
up.
even true.
Let's take a second.
Yeah, it's been rebuffed.
I'm getting the...
That is just remarkable. She wants us to believe that the passion with which she brought to her belief in QAnon somehow faded. But she never gives us a reason for why she doesn't believe anymore. There's never any concrete understanding or direction given for us to, like, oh, this is why it's really simple. I did this and this, and then I woke up and I realized, and nothing. No, it's just, no, I don't believe that anymore. That's not how it works. When you're in a position of, listen, if you were just some random Karen, nobody would care about why you changed your mind about QAnon. But you're a seated United States Congresswoman. You represent a constituency, a congressional district in Georgia. You have passion and ambition for greater office, whether that be the Senate or the governor's race in Georgia. The public is owed, maybe not me because I'm not an actual constituent. People are owed an explanation. They're owed an explanation as to why this clip that I'm getting ready to play, this is a mashup that I put together back in February of 2021, just after the insurrection, when Kevin McCarthy was praising and making excuses for Marjorie Taylor Greene, a lifetime ago in American politics, and it was only in 2021. And here is Marjorie Taylor Greene. We are owed an explanation as to why this Marjorie Taylor Greene is somehow different from the Marjorie Taylor Greene you just witnessed on The View.
Q is a patriot. We know that for sure, but we do not know who Q is, okay? So now the question is, I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know who Q is, but I'm just going to tell you about it because I think it's something worth listening to and paying attention to. And we have the open borders. Oh, open borders. MS-13, everyone. Under Obama came MS-13. There's a lot to that. You have to understand. They had very good relationships with MS-13. MS-13 was basically like, they were kind of the henchmen of the Obama administration. They did a lot of the dirty work. Seth Rich was murdered by 2 MS-13 gang members. That's what I mean by dirty work, okay? Now, Q has put out there that many high-level officials will soon be arrested, and it will actually be the drain the swamp scenario that we have always been wanting to happen. He says that once the corruption and the type of corruption is revealed to the American people, it will trigger something he calls the awakening. Hillary decides to launch her political career. It's time for her to enter because, you know, she's being lined up. She's the next one in place, the deep state. They choose who their candidates are. They choose who they want to put in place. And Hillary, it was finally her turn. She was supposed to be the first female president of the United States. So she has to run for Senate, right? So she runs for Senate in New York City. Okay. So she becomes senator in New York City, and yes, I could dive into Kennedy getting killed in the plane crash because isn't it interesting that he had announced he was going to run for Senate just before he died in a mysterious plane crash. But anyway, so that's another one of those Clinton murders, right? And it will be a type of corruption. Now, what type of corruption would it be? I mean, is it going to be the stuff that's rumored? The things that people don't want to talk about, the things that people don't want to think about? I mean, is it going to be true that the child pedophilia in the elites in the Washington, D.C., is that what we're really going to see come out? Is it true? Is the type of corruption we're going to see come out, is it going to be satanic worship that possibly all these people are involved in? I mean, we already saw there was an email came out of the WikiLeaks emails where Cheryl Moles, and she told Hillary Clinton in an email that she was going to sacrifice a chicken to Moloch in her backyard. Who says that kind of stuff? Like, that's not, nobody says that. But that was proof right there that there's possible satanic worship, and maybe that all these scary things that people talk about on what's considered conspiracy sites and conspiracy theories really may be true. And this is an important time in our history. We can't allow this just to be gone, you know, just to let it go. You can't allow it to just transfer power peacefully like Joe Biden wants and allow him to become our president, because he did not win
this election. It's being stolen, and the evidence is there.
For decades.
Ma'am, I
We're
fully disagree
fighting.
with you. Racism
We're fighting.
doesn't exist in America.
It doesn't exist in America.
Nice. I ended it just right there with the racism doesn't exist in the United States, says the lady who now is part of allyship of an administration that is literally erasing the contributions and literal photographs of black people from government websites. Firing black military members, firing black people who work in roles in the federal government en masse. But tell me again how racism doesn't exist, you clown. Now, to the reason why. I've had my theories, and it wasn't until I watched this video clip last night from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez that I started really believing that this is the story here. I didn't know that it's her getting back at Donald Trump. I always wondered why. Why would she turn against the dear leader? And it's because her feelings are hurt. Watch AOC explain, spilling the tea of the news around Congress, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Here's some tea for you. MTG, people are like, oh my God, she's saying all of these things. Like, what's gotten into her lately? Oh, like she's bucking against Trump. She's bucking against the administration. Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to run for Senate in Georgia. She wanted to run for Senate earlier this year in the state of Georgia. She wanted to be the Republican nominee for Senate. So she was gearing up for that statewide race, and Trump told her no. Trump said no. And the White House and Trump land shut down Marjorie Taylor Greene's personal ambitions to run for Senate. And she has been on a revenge tour ever since.
And she's been on a revenge tour ever since. This is stifled ambition. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the QAnon slob, wanted to be a United States Senator or the governor of Georgia. Can you imagine? And because she was told no by the dear leader, who apparently gets to control who runs for what office in his party, she's angry about it and making the rounds. And the way she gets back at the Republican Party, this just struck me, is by being reasonable. That's the knife in the side of Donald Trump, is that she's going to start acting like she's a normal person. Good on you, Margie. Good on you. What do you think out there? I'd love to hear from you. Let's have a conversation about this in the comments. You can do it on Facebook, on the Dollemore Daily Facebook page, where you should be liking and following that page. And you can also do it here on YouTube, where you can comment below and make sure you're subscribed. There's also a voicemail line that I give the number to every video, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until then, be genuine and take care of one another.